Right, guys. In this video, I'll be pointing out some key things that are very, very relevant in your visa interview. Okay, so I'll be breaking it down one after the other so that you can prepare yourself vividly while going for your visa interview. Do you understand? And if you have not followed this channel, please do well and follow this channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's proceed. Now, the first thing you need to watch out while going for your visa interview, it's very, very much important. Look out for these things. The first thing, wrong ways of bringing your documents at the visa office. The wrong way of bringing your visa documents at the visa office can also lead to your visa denial. Listen very well. Some of us, when we're coming to some visa interviews, we try to pack documents, for instance, now, not arrange. That is when we come in at the visa office. That is when we will try to arrange it. We are not properly organized. When you come to the visa office where your interviewer wants to interview you, and then you cannot be able to figure out or arrange your documents in order, that shows that you are not properly organized. That is the red flag. Do you understand? The best way to do while going for your visa interviews is to make sure that every important document, you arrange them like this, have them like this, write each one on there, or put a tag at the end of it like this. Write the name of that document on that tag so that it will come out a little bit on your file. Whenever a visa officer asks you for that particular file or number or document, you can easily look at it and pull it out from your file so that you will not go looking for it one after the other, Don't forget, visa interviewers, they have a very tedious work. Every day they have tons of people coming for interviews, and in most cases, they are exhausted. So when you come not properly prepared, that means you stand a chance of not getting that visa. A slightest thing can make them to deny your visa, even when you have all the necessary documents. That is number one. Number two, giving how do you say it? Giving one word. Number two is giving one word. What I mean by giving one word is, when a visa officer asks you a question, for instance now, where do you work? For instance, now he expected you as someone who if you read, let me just break it down. If you make visa officers work very easy and simple, you stand a very high chance of getting your visa approved. Just like I said previously, that their work is a very tedious one. Now, when you go to most of the embassies, except here in Europe, where you will not see tons of people piling up, waiting for their own visa interview, who has the same interview the same way like you, you see that they have so many people to attend to, just one person attending to all these people. So when you come to the office trying to make their job more difficult, they don't find it funny. So you try as much as you can to make it more likely. Which ways can you make it more likely? Like I said, one word answer. One word answer can deprive you your visa approval. What I mean by one word answer is that when they ask you, what do you do? Or where do you work? It's not left for you to start explaining what you do, your duties in that place of work, what you people do. Now, you see that you have reduced more questions what he would have asked you, what do you do there? Or, for instance, now he asks you, where do you work? Or what do you do? Then he will go ahead in that company, what is your position, what is your duty, and what do you people produce, and rest of it. You understand? Instead of you allowing him asking this one after the other, you calm yourself down and narrate where you work, the kind of things you people do, your duties, and the rest of it. Do you understand? As much as you can, telling him that you actually knows what you are doing, even in your workplace. By so doing, he will not bother asking you, what do you people produce? What is your position? And the rest of it. By so doing, you have reduced more talking on his or her side. Do you understand? Thereby, he will now further to ask you some other similar questions. Okay. Now, the number three key important things you need to watch out while going for your visa interview is acting on bad advice. Do you know some agencies, when they are processing a visa for you, even them, they don't know what the visa agent, what visa officer is going to ask you. They don't know what the visa officer is going to ask you. But they will try to educate you to answer exactly what they are telling you. Now, let me just tell you this. Bear in mind, visa officer doesn't ask one particular question to those who are applying for their visa. They don't have one particular question. You might come, your answer might make them to ask you a series of questions. Your response might make them to ask you just very minimized question. So an agent or people who are educating you, trying to tell you to answer exactly what they are educating you, what they feel, they think that will be coming out in your visa interview might not be the case. So that might possibly lead for your visa denial. Okay. Now, I have another one, which I call the fourth key basic things you need to note while going for your visa interview, which is trying to memorize things you were told before your interview. When you come trying to memorize things that you were told outside, visa agent knows what you are capable of answering. That shows desperacity. That shows how desperate you are to get that particular visa. Do you understand what I'm saying? Answering your question, which comes direct from the visa officer. This is one key thing you should not trying to elaborate outside the question what they ask you. I gave you an instance from the first question that I said. If you are asked, what do you do for a living, or where do you work? The answer should come on the categories of what you do. Where do you work? I work in so and so company. I am so and so person. My duty is this and that. We produce this and this. This is where your answer should. Not from there you jump out, saying some other things. You will now understand that you are trying to memorize what you were told outside. That shows that you are desperate to get this. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I hope this will help you to organize yourself before going for your interview. With this little teaching, you can be able to pass your visa interview and get your visa. Don't show desperacity. Be bold enough to respond to your visa officer. Document is also important, but that is not the main fact. Sometimes the reason why visa officers want to see you one-on-one, to interview you, to really see if you watch this visa, is to see how composure you are. It's not really about your documents. Yes, your document is important. Don't misquote me. But then they want to see you one-on-one, because anyone can provide documents, but they are not capable. They don't even don't forget that some of these agents print fake documents. In fact, if I should tell you, visa officers don't believe in your documents because they believe that most of the documents are fake. They also know that some of the documents are original, but they believe in talking to you one-on-one to see your composure, to see your response, to see if actually you knows what you're going to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that is one thing you need to understand. So if you're applying for your visa, put yourself together, arrange your documents, compose yourself answering their question, answer on point. Don't take one word answer. Don't take advice from people out there. Work according to what you are seeing instantly. Work according to the information that is being given to you. Make a research of the places you are going to, because that is where your interview will be based on. According to the categories of visa, according to the category of visa type that you are applying, will determine where your question will be coming out from. If you are going for study, your question will be coming regarding to your studies. If you are going for tourists, your question will be coming out regarding to your tourists, location, itineraries, and the rest of them. Don't forget what I said. Your document is important, but not really. You might even go for visa interview. Your visa officer might not ask you about your documents. They will now categorically ask you question one-on-one because they have your document via their system also. Okay? So I don't know if this will help someone out there. Don't forget to subscribe and follow this channel, and I will see you in my next video. King of updates, Holland.